Hey everyone, this is Joe with Southeastern Frontiers, and today I am hiking in the Land Trust of North Alabama's Monte Sano Nature Preserve, and we are hiking a short, easy loop trail that combines the Alms House Trail with the Wildflower Trail. And today I am hiking with my wife, Bobby. Off we go. The Wildflower Trail in the Land Trust of North Alabama's Monte Sano Nature Preserve is a beautiful but very short walk in the woods along a small creek. To make the trail a little longer, my wife and I made a loop out of it by hiking up to the Sinkhole Trail to the Alms House Trail, which we took up to where it intersects with the Fagan Creek. We then visited the Fagan Springs and then followed the Wildflower Trail back down to the trailhead. Along the way, we saw many wildflowers and enjoyed some beautiful late spring weather in North Alabama. Here we are at the parking area for the Land Trust, and the trailhead is right up there. So that's where we're headed. This is the Clearmont trailhead for the Wildflower Trail. So the Land Trust North Alabama, we are going to kind of head up a little bit up Fagan Creek, which is running in the background back here. And we'll quickly turn here and go up the Sinkhole Trail, I think. We're going to make a loop out of this. Off we go. Our first little flowers along the Wildflower Trail. Very nice. We've come to our first intersection. The Wildflower Trail goes to the left, but we are going to take the Sinkhole Trail and go off to the right here, and we're going to make a loop out of this. So we're going to go uphill a little bit on the Sinkhole Trail, and then we'll level off again on the Alms Hollow Trail, I think. So it's getting to be late spring now in Alabama. Summer's right around the corner. You can see the trees have all leafed out. It's very green. Can't see through it like you could a couple months ago or even a month ago. And the ground is starting to get covered in ground cover. You can see right down here there's some poison ivy right there, right off the trail. So you don't want to just go strike off across the the ground there without having some protection for your legs. It could be painful. Oh, here's a nice trillium. Right here, this plant is a trillium plant. Has a really lovely flower when it's blooming. That one looks like we just missed the bloom maybe. So anyway, heading up the Sinkhole Trail. Our second flower for the day, a little purple one. Still heading up the Sinkhole Trail. Here is one of the sinkholes that this trail is named for.
A purple flower on it.
Right on the rock there. Just trying to get a good view of it. Okay, we have come upon the Alms House Trail. So that was our main uphill. So now we're going to go down the Alms House Trail a ways and till we re-intersect with the Fagan Creek further upstream. All right, there's a little sign here it says to the historic spring house. I'm going to go check that out and see what it is. I've hiked past here before and seen that sign, but never took the time to detour up here and see what it was. It says the spring house was a small building used to keep foods cool. Ah, I see some blocks here. I bet it sat right here. Yeah, I bet it sat right here and they trapped water behind it here. There's no water running today, but I bet this is where it was. This time of year it's kind of buried in the bushes. There's just the barest hint of a trickle of water running through here. but the moss is sure pretty. It's like a carpet. So I missed most of the early spring hiking season this year because right after that backpacking video in the Sipsey Wilderness that I did in the end of February, I hurt my foot and haven't really been able to hike for about 2 months now, so I'm only just getting out. I want to thank Jacob for doing that awesome backpacking video in the along the Pinhoti Trail. I was supposed to go with him. That was right when I hurt my foot, and so I had to skip out. But he did a good job, that's for sure. Check that out if you haven't seen it yet. We have reached the intersection with the wagon trail, which goes uphill off that way and goes downhill that way. You can take the wagon trail back down to the Wildflower Trail and make a very short loop. But we're going to stay on the Alms House Trail and continue up this valley, and we'll intersect with the Fagan Springs, the Fagan Spring Creek further upstream. So we're going to go off that way. So Bobby noticed there's a little millipede hanging on the side of this old cedar tree. Let's see if it's alive. I think it is. Yep, there we go. It's just sleeping. An old cedar tree hiding here amongst all the rest of these trees. All right, now we're going to head up the old Alms House Trail. Here's a different kind of flower down here, a little white petaled flower. Here's a nice trillium that still has its flower in it. Not open at the moment, but you can see the purple flower there in the center of the three-leafed plant. That's why it's called a trillium. It's got 3 leaves. Very nice. All right, continuing on the Alms House Trail, we are now crossing Dry Creek, which, as the name would seem to indicate, is pretty dry.
You missed the trail.
No, this is the trail.
I know, but we just crossed there with the...
No, that's the blue trail.
I know.
We don't want the blue trail.
I know.
Oh, that's...
Somebody may have taken them.
Okay, you're saying the blue trail goes off that direction,
Correct.
which we don't want to do. We want to cross Dry Creek and stay on the Alms House Trail.
There you go.
All right.
Sorry. You can refilm that if needed. I think maybe you should.
Found some new flowers we hadn't seen yet. Right there. Very cool. All right, we have come to a trail intersection where the Alms House Trail goes off that way and goes steeply up to the main Land Trust parking lot. But we're going to take the Fagan Springs Trail back downhill. And we're going to descend down and head back for the Wildflower Trail. I like this sign. The tree is nearly eaten, this sign. This is the Fagan Spring. The water comes out of a cave here that you can't get into. It's all caved in, but runs down under this nice footbridge. And you can see some old pipe here where people had one time captured the water and floated into a tank down there. You can see that old metal tank. This is a good place to sit and take a break. It's cooler and very fun. A lot of algae on the shallow water running through here down the Fagan Creek. Puppy's excited to see us. wonder what this is. It's long spiral. Oh, those are eggs. Yes. Yes, see how they're all, I hope you can see it on the camera. Those are eggs of something. Frogs, I'm guessing. Cool. We have just been coming down the Wildflower Trail, and that right there is the Wagon Trail. We just intersected with it. And we're going to continue down the Wildflower Trail this way. So now the Wagon Trail and the Wildflower Trail are running together. And right here you can see that the Wagon Trail goes across the creek over there, and the Wildflower Trail continues to parallel the creek down that way, and that's the direction we're going. Very pretty. And there are wildflowers along the Wildflower Trail. Well, here's a neat little pool. It's actually pretty deep. You could swim in that. Very cool. Here's a little yellow flower that kind of has clover, heart-shaped leaves. Cute. This is a very pretty little spot here. There's a couple of benches here you can rest on. Nice view down the creek. That's lovely. Down in the water down there, and I'm sure you can't see it, there's a crawfish crawling across the bottom of the creek. Very cool. It is sort of right in there. There's crawling across the flat of the rock out here. It's kind of hard to see back there, but there is a red flower, the first one we've seen today, kind of orangish red. Right back there in a little side gully. Cool. Here's a trillium that's open more than we've seen. And there's one right up there that's closed up. All right, we have returned to the Sinkhole Trail. We went uphill that way. So we are almost back to the parking lot. It has been a lovely day out in the Monte Sano Nature Preserve.